Please start பண்ணிடுங்க. Yes. Yes, good evening, one and all present here. It's a great honor and privilege in welcoming each and everyone who are gathered here. And today is an 1967th day of an Delta Entrepreneurs Federation, and in association with JCI Salem Steel Blossom. So we like to welcome all the zone trainers, national trainers across JCA India and Delta Entrepreneurs members across JCA India. And most importantly, and just a minute. Yes. Before going to the next part of agenda, we like to welcome our Delta Entrepreneurs founder, JC Rotarian PR Ilangon sir, for address the gathering. Over to you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I am JC Rotarian PR Ilangon, founder and president of Delta Entrepreneur Federation. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to all our 1967th day online ID program jointly hosted with the JCI Salem Steel Blossom. A warm welcome to our chairperson today, JC Hajj Pradeepa Suresh, and our faculty, JC Paras Akarwal, who will inspire us on entrepreneurship, and our esteemed chief guest, JC Senator Nikhil Das, PA, whose presence adds value to this evening. I'm also extended to hearty welcome to all our this program pillars, especially our Dr. Gandhi General Secretary, and our Vice President Mohanagaris, and our Treasurer Senthil, and all JC leaders in zone level, national level, and JCOM leaders, all entrepreneurs and participants joining in this Zoom and Facebook live. Yeah, it's a YouTube live. It's made today's section lively, insightful, and truly empowering for our every entrepreneur here. Thank you and welcome once again. The floor hand out to our Auditor Mohanagaris for further proceedings.
Yes, thank you, Ilangon sir, for your inspiration speech. So going to next part of agenda, floor officially hand over to our host president, Pradeepa sister. Over to you for further proceedings. Over to you, sister.
Good evening, one and all. Hereby, 1967th week, Delta Entrepreneur Federation meeting called to order. JCA creed by JC Pradeepa. We believe that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life, that the brotherhood of man transcends the sovereignty of nation, that economic justice can best be won by freed men through free enterprise, that government should be of laws rather than of men, that earth's greatest treasure lies in human personality, and that service to humanity is the best work of life. I welcome each and everyone to this Delta Entrepreneur Federation 1967th week. Introduction of chief guest by Mr. Mohanari sir.
Yes, thank you, President. So it's a great indeed in welcoming a great personality and inspiring leader by his way of training. And he has graduated as a provisional national trainer this year, current year, 2025. And by passion, he is a provisional national trainer, and as a profession, he is one of the pillar in LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, and he is holding a post in LIC in his own division. So a passion towards training and a profession as a, superior post in LIC, and more importantly, which inspires many leaders, and he has awarded more awards in JCI as well as in his profession. So on behalf of each and everyone, we like to welcome a provisional national trainer, JCI Senator Nikhil Das bro, on behalf of JCI and Delta Entrepreneurs. Welcome you, bro.
Thank you very much.
The floor officially handed over to our chief guest, JCI Nikhil Gadis Das, sir.
A very nice evening to all. Am I audible? Sir, am I audible?
Yes, bro, you
Sir,
can
am I
continue.
audible?
Yeah, continue.
Most respected chairperson, JC Pratibha Suresh, the vibrant president of JCI Salem Steel Council, beloved Salt 29, my dear and dearest friend, JC Mohan sir. Today's much so trainer, JC Panas Agrawal, provisional trainer from Tamerica, JC Rotarian, we are women coach, is the president, was giving all the support for carrying out this long running training marathon. And my dear and dearest friends of JC India. It's a great opportunity to be
Excuse me, your sound is not clear.
Sound is not clear.
Sir, any headset use? Please detach your headset.
Yes.
Please direct the speech so fully affected.
Just a second.
Detects your phone. Detects your system.
Hello.
And now it's
Very
okay.
clear. Very clear.
Now-
Very clear.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Yes. I am starting from the beginning. Most respected chairperson of this meeting, JC Pratibha Suresh, the vibrant president of JCI Salem Steel Blossom of Zone 29, and my dear and dearest friend, an eminent national trainer of JCI India, JC Mohan sir, JC Rotarian PR Ilankovan sir, the founder cum president, who is always giving support for this training marathon, and today's faculty, JC Paras Agarwal, provisional zone trainer. He's from Raipur, and my dear and dearest JC fraternity. Actually, it's a great moment. It is a great opportunity for me to be the chief guest of this long running training program. It is quite surprising that for the last 1967 sessions, you have been doing this training program brilliantly. That means for the last 5 years and 136 days. It is really surprising that the hard work, the commitment, everything behind this is really awesome. And I would like to congratulate all the people who are doing exceptionally well in the smooth conduct of this training program happening for the last 5 years. And here in this platform, I also got an opportunity as a provisional national trainer last month as part of my assignment. That opportunity was given by JCI Salem Delta, and I did a training in this platform. And what exactly that is amazing me is that this particular local organization, along with Delta Entrepreneurs Federation, has been giving enormous opportunities to JCI fraternity in and across the country. Now we know that the trainer is from Chhattisgarh. The training session is hosted by JCI Tamil Nadu. What a coincidence it is. Because for the last 5 years, they have been giving such support. They are giving such unconditional love towards these training programs. And I'm not extending my speech. Here we are all waiting to hear what exactly our trainer Paras Agrawal is saying. And we are all eagerly waiting to hear from him. And I think a man from Chhattisgarh, an eminent provisional zone trainer who is always giving valuable inputs to JCI India, can give some training inputs to us. Normally, we know in every training, 3 processes will be happening. That is learning, unlearning, and relearning. When we learn something, we should know that whatever we have already learned is not right. Then the unlearning process happens. Then the third process, relearning, also will happen. Today, our trainer is with the topic entrepreneurship. I think he can give us valuable inputs regarding entrepreneurship and its various aspects. And I'm very happy that, again, I'm saying I'm very happy that I will never forget JC Salem Sultan, JCI Delta Entrepreneurs Federation for standing always with the perspective of JCI India in giving opportunities to trainers in and across the country. Today, I'm very happy with this. And I would add one more thing. As a chief guest, I would like to give all support, all my love and affection towards this trainer, JC Paras Agrawal. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, the introduction of our faculty by Mr. Mohan Nair, sir.
Thank you, President. Privileged to Neeta Mishra, ma'am. She will introduce our trainer.
First of all, a cordial good evening to each and everyone joining this platform right now. And thank you, Hari sir, for giving me this opportunity. Now, thank you for this opportunity. I'm introducing one of the most dynamic and youngest provisional zone trainer for the year 2025 from Chhattisgarh, who is an owner of Ma Santoshi Udyog, a rice mill in Raipur, and a founder of the rice brand Sivakakshi Bhog. As an entrepreneur, he started his journey from college days itself and now expanding his venture in agro business sector in Chhattisgarh. He joined JCI as a VP management. In 2024, he became VP management, and in 2025, he is secretary of JCI Raipur Youth Capital. In a very short span of time, he is growing with his impactful training and leadership skill, a charismatic, fun, and inclusive trainer, passionate about developing future leaders. He believes in continuous learning and contributing towards society through entrepreneurship, leadership, and training. He is about his beliefs, speak boldly, lead fearless. With this, I would like to introduce JC Paswal for today's session and hand over to chairman.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
I now welcome today's faculty, JC Pragas Agarwal, sir. Floor officially handed over to our faculty.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, Chief Guest. Thank you, Neeta, ma'am, for the wonderful introduction. And a very good evening to one and all present here. I'm seeing there are 16 participants, right? So it would be wonderful if you can turn on your cameras and maybe we can see each other and interact better if possible. Okay. So just let me screen share once. So is this visible?
Okay,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
very clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. Yeah. So, as you know, entrepreneurship itself a very big topic, right? So, in today's session, what we are covering is building an entrepreneurial mindset. Because what I feel, there's an entrepreneur in every one of us. We just need to build a mindset that complements it. So this would be a today's topic, that how you can build an entrepreneur mindset. How, if you have an idea, or even you want to have an idea, or you want to you're searching for something, you can start maybe as a profession, maybe if you're doing job with as a side income or anything. You have to build an entrepreneur mindset. That is the key, and that is the first step for any business, any startup. So, first of all, I just want a quick introduction of you guys. Yeah? I just wanted to know if you guys are having a business, or you guys currently occupied in some job or something. It would be wonderful if you can quickly type those in the chat once.
Yes,
About
sir.
your occupation.
Yes, good evening, bro. Myself, Auditor Mohan Harish from
Yeah.
Madurai.
Hi, good evening.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Right. So, just a quick introduction of yourself, like introduction about your business or your job, what you do. Right. I am
Hi, this
currently
is
a
Dr.
trainer
Neeta
in
Mishra.
college. Yeah,
I'm
please.
Dr. Neeta Mishra, by profession veterinarian and assistant professor in Agriculture College, Jagdalpur. And
Okay,
we
okay.
have a pet clinic in district Kondagaon of Chhattisgarh.
Okay, wonderful. And we have HF Pratibha as she's a trainer in the college. Okay, that's nice. Uh, yeah, please, if anyone.
JCA Carmegam, Madurai, real estate business. Thank you.
Sorry, please, can you repeat? Your voice is so
Mr.
Very
Carmegam is running an a real estate business.
real estate business. Okay, wonderful.
thank you.
Anyone else would like to share what they do?
Hey Paras, this is Unnati, and I'm currently studying engineering.
Okay, wonderful. And so yeah, this is also a chance for you for networking as well, because anyone here might be your potential customer or someone you can connect with, right? Which while we covering the entrepreneur mindset, so it's a good chance for you as well to introduce your business or your occupation.
Hi, Paresh. This is Saravanan here. Uh, I'm predominantly a software developer, and I work for L&T.
Okay, wonderful software developer. If anyone has any issue with mic, they can also type that in the chat. That is also acceptable. Okay, so like if we're done with that, I've got to be. I'm assuming that most of you are in some kind of field-related businesses, right? Yeah. Right. So anyone here who is occupied in job, they can raise their hand once. Okay. So the for building an entrepreneur, right? So the first thing we are going to discuss is what is entrepreneurship exactly? What is the difference between a business versus a startup versus a job? And I'm also gonna clarify one more thing. So I'm because I'm assuming there would be a heterogeneous people group of people here. So I will be covering the basics as well as the advanced topics. And if you have any doubts regarding any topic, you are free to ask me anytime. So regarding the first thing, what anyone wanna tell me what they understand by the term entrepreneurship or the term startup or anything. And I really want it to be a two-way communication, right? I don't want to be a boring lecture where only I speak. Right? It would be more enjoyable for you as well if you can communicate it both ways. Anyone, what do you think is entrepreneurship?
Hi, Paras.
Yes.
This is Asmita.
Yeah, hi, please.
Yeah. Entrepreneurship is starting a innovative business, something different.
Okay, starting an innovating business, which is different. Okay, a very good definition. Anyone else?
Yes, businessman is just maybe classified into wholesaler and retailer. So like buying and
Wholesaler and
selling
retailer.
a product.
Okay, got it. So they are wholesalers and retailers, right?
And
Any
coming to startup, they are an young baby, just born baby in for a business concern, so that they can grab more opportunity from the government of India, from the different schemes which are provided by the government of India. And as an auditor, like to say that they can get a startup funding as well as tax exemptions related for the startup enterprises. Thank you so much.
got it, got it. Okay. So what I understand what entrepreneurship is like a business as you know, as she said, a business, as you said, a business something traditional, right? There are wholesalers, retailers, shops, and there are many business that been going on from hundreds of years, right? So a business is something traditional versus a startup, as ma'am said, it is something innovative or something new. Now, between these two, I feel that is the primary difference between a startup and a business. But as you mentioned, sir, that startup is something that government gives, grants and fundings to. But how do the government identify that is it a business or is it a startup? That is the question, right? So the way that defines a startup is doing something innovative, which is for the long term. I'm sure you guys all have amazing examples of amazing startups. You guys use quick commerce apps, Blinkit, Zepto. You can just raise your hands for any yes or no questions. So they are quick commerce apps, these would be defined as startup because right now what they are doing is focusing on the future and they are creating a category, quick commerce. So a traditional business can be any shop or any traditional industry or something which is going on for a very long time versus an startup is something that focuses on the future. So right now the quick commerce apps are creating a category of their own which is delivering any product in 10 minutes. So right now they might be, they are facing a lot of losses and all. But as the category is growing, they are also growing and their profits and EBITDAs are getting better and better day by day. Versus, I'm sure you guys all know what exactly is a job. Okay? Job is I don't think it's necessary for me to explain that. So that is the difference between a business and a startup. So now the question would be for whom. So nowadays, I think startup has become a cool culture, right? You guys watch Shark Tank? Yeah, it's a very popular show. So Shark, right now, the startup culture has become a cool culture. Right? Everyone want to say that, yeah, I'm doing a startup, because telling that is something cool now. But the reality is something very different. I believe you should only pursue a startup or any entrepreneur journey if you know your why. Because whatever you do, if your why is not defined, it is very hard to face the challenges that come in this journey. Uh, I would also like to ask you, right? Just a quick example. Let's say you are between two mountains. right? And you have to cross that mountain using a rope. So, and after crossing that rope, you will get, let's say, 200 rupees. How many of you would cross that confidently? Yeah? How many would dare to cross that for 200 rupees? Anyone? Yeah, I'm sure not. Not sure no one's stupid enough. But let's say, uh, let's say someone in your, like, if your mother is unwell, and let's say if you cross that mountain, if you cross that rope, she will suddenly become well from an incurable disease. Now, now how many of you will dare to cross that? I'm sure a lot more, right? Because the why you are doing that, that defines how much you can give it to, and how focused you are. So a startup is only done if you have some problem, right? If you have a problem that is genuine, you are genuinely passionate about, and you're sure and you are positive that you want to solve that and you can solve that. Because you would be facing a lot of troubles during the startup journey, and you have to stick to your why you're doing that, and you have to stick that to your motivation for a longer time than a traditional business for you to succeed. So that summarize that why for whom the entrepreneur or the startup is. So we're clear with that. I'll just there are two guys, right? One is Deep and one is Pankaj. They are working at a consultancy firm called Bind, right? So one day, what they noticed is that all the colleagues, so their colleagues are always struggling in where to order food for lunch or at evening snack or something, as they have to call all the restaurants and ask for their menus and numbers and what are available and all those things. So what they did is they made an online website, and list all the online menus of all these restaurants. So you can select, you can check out what the restaurant offers, and they launch it, right? Anyone can guess which startup right now I'm talking about? It's a very popular, and I'm sure all of you use that app right now. Anyone? No? So I'll give you one more hint, right? So after few time, they were noticing that they were generating some traffic by people reading their menus, but it was very hard for them to generate money. It was very hard for them to generate money out of that business. So what they did is they pivoted to a different model, and they started also delivering foods to guys who were checking out the menus. I'm sure now many of you can guess which startup I'm talking about. It's Zomato. So right, they started as an online menu listing app. And as they grew, as they went on with the journey, they pivoted and they iterated to more versions of it. And finally, we can see like Zomato what it is today. They're also in food business. They're also in B2B supply business. They recently have also started this an app which for their ticketing platform, right? So this is a small story of Zomato. So just I wanna ask you guys, what did you take away primarily from the story about Dipender and Pankaj? Anyone? What are the key aspects you take away from these stories? Again, I ask, it would be a very more fun session if the communication can be both ways. You are still joining.
Both of them started the business, but as per the demand of the scenario, they had done some changes, and they keep on updating their startup.
Yeah, so they keep on updating the startup according to the demands. right? Yeah, amazing. Thank
yeah.
you, Neeta, ma'am. Anyone else? So the way they worked this, they had an idea, they saw an opportunity, okay? They saw a gap in the market. They execute the idea with a product, right? So they listed their menus online, and as they go on the journey, they notice problems and develop ways to solve them and iterate on their own, right? So I'm sure maximum of us and maximum of the people are waiting for that perfect idea or are waiting for that perfect situation to be in to start something new. Right? If they have waited for something that is something that can make them more money, you know. So I'm sure that it would have taken them many more years or maybe never to develop that idea of Zomato of food delivering. So this is the key what I'm trying to say is right. The perfect idea or that perfect situation will never come unless you are being proactive or you are being proactive and you are seeing problems in the society that you can solve and iterate as you go. So that was the first takeaway to build an entrepreneur mindset. That is problem identification. So the first thing that any business or any startup has to do is to find a problem that they can solve, right? So for Zomato, it was food delivery. Okay. From Oyo, it was hotel booking or anything. Even in traditional businesses, you have to solve a problem of your customers if you want to make money, right? So problem identification is the first step that is for your building an entrepreneur mindset. So the trick to is many of us are waiting to start a startup, right? Majority of the people is that they say, yeah, I will start a startup when I'll get an amazing idea, or I will start a startup when I have that co-founder, or when this happens or that happens. Yeah, that is just being procrastinating. You will never get an amazing idea just stating ideally. So you have to find problems in your daily life, in your associates, in your family's life, you know, or something that already exists but it's not up to the standards, or you feel you can give it a more enhanced version of it, which will help the society and which might develop a business. So you have to be, actively look for problems to solve any time of the day to find that perfect idea you have been looking for. So you have to build a mindset where you're not problem oriented, you are solution oriented. And if you find a solution problem, okay, not just being angry at that problem, you are thinking of ways or how you can solve that problem and generate money and the enterprise from it. So that is the number one thing for entrepreneur mindset is that you have to identify problems around you and around your society for that. The second thing, which would be problem solving, as I said, right? So you can identify anyone can identify problems. See, I can identify problem like food hunger is a very big issue around the world. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that every problem can be a startup. So I have to see that how can I solve that problem and what kind of value can I create with it, right? If I'm categorizing any problem which I can solve, I have to also think of a way. I have to also develop ways that can solve that effectively, which would be convenient for everyone, right? So it should create some kind of value. It should be the problem should be solved with your idea, and the both goes hand in hand. Whenever you find a problem, you have to think of a solution. So this is after that hard work. I cannot emphasize it any further because starting a startup is one of the most hardest thing you will do. right? Because you have to do everything from scratch. If it's an innovative idea, it might be possible that you may not find anyone who can help you with that, and you have to figure it out on your own. You can maybe find few mentors for it, and uh, for these kind of startups and ideas, usually what happens is you figure it out on the way. Actually, for maximum of the cases. So you have to be a very hardworking person. You have to be ready for anything. You have to be ready for giving your 100% at any time. And you have to build a mindset that uh, that is hardworking. After that, risk taking, right? So I think it's an obvious one. I think you all guys know that startup contains risk because it's something new. It's something that is not that much trial and tested, right? For example, like our uh, today's host, right? He is he has an accounting firm. So an accounting firm is trial and tested. That he is also he is very good at it, and he knows he can help the clients, and it is being around for a very long time. But if I'm starting something, for example, let me say if I'm starting a drone filmmaking company or whatever, right, which has never been done, or drone billboards, okay, and just few ideas I can think of top of my head. So I'm not sure if this is gonna work or not. Not many people have tried that before as well. But I have to put a lot of resources of me or others and a lot of my time to start that and to also validate that whether it is working or not. And as you all know, most of the startups fail, right? But I'm sure every successful startup owner has failed multiple times before and grab many learnings from every failed startup. So a risk taking, you have to be risk taker for being an entrepreneur, right? And after that, growth mindset. Obviously, if anyone is doing startup, they are focused on the growth and they are focused on future that what is gonna explode 10 years from now. What is gonna explode in the future that I can start and capitalize right now. So you have to always focus on growth rather than just being stagnant. Yeah, this is going good. Let me just sit and enjoy this. You have to always focus and always have in mindset, how can I grow this at next level? How can I expand this? How can I do that? So you should be you having a growth mindset if you are an entrepreneur. Future focus, as I said, right? You have to build something that is for the future. So you have to create something in industries, in categories, which may be, you have to see, anyone know what is CAGS? Anyone? I'm sure you all are, some of you are already entrepreneurs and having businesses. So CAGR, compound annual growth rate, which is at what rate, at what percentage an industry is growing annually, and it is compounding. Right. So for future focus that you have to check out the CAGRs of those industries. Yeah. Let's say if you are taking a energy based, or renewable energy, we are all seeing solar, and electric and all those things. So no, electric is not renewable, but yeah, other things. So you have to check out what kind, how those categories are growing. If the category is very good right now, but it might be not that much effective or that much useful in coming years, right? You should not go in that. You should go in categories and ideas that is ever growing in the next decade or next few decades. So that is why you always have to be future focused on what you're doing right now. Now, resilient. As I said, hardworking and resilient goes hand in hand. So there would be a lot of downfalls and upfalls as well, upwards as well. So you have to be resilient in any situation, that no matter what happens, you have to stuck to your why, you have to stuck to your idea, and you have to believe that it will work, and you have to work according to that belief, and and it should line up with your goals as well. Right. So it's not like you're doing something that is not working, you will keep doing it. It's not resilient. It's being stupid, Frank, right? Resilient with you have to not give up, but in a way that is proving some effectiveness. So you have to be resilient, and you have to be now. Next point is you have to be proactive. As I said earlier, that good ideas or something will not just come to you sitting ideally. You have to be proactive in everything. Like you have to proactively search for problems. You have to be proactively search for solutions. If you're facing any issue in your current business or something, okay, you can just not hope that the problem will go away or not. You have to be proactive, yeah, right, to solve that problem and develop ways and opportunity focus. So opportunity focus, you might be confused about future focus. From this opportunity focus, I'm meaning that you have to search small or big opportunities in every step of your entrepreneur journey. So there can be few opportunities, that if you're not being proactive, if you're not being all the other points that I've told you, it's a possibility that some of your opportunities that would have been very big may slip away. So you have to be looking for opportunities anywhere, everywhere you go, right? So maybe, for example, here as well, if you are introducing your business, right? If your others are introducing your business, you have to find opportunity. Maybe that person can be valuable for me, or maybe no, that person has someone who can be valuable for me. Anywhere you go, you meet people, or you find some opportunities online. You have to capitalize and work on that. So you have this was it. Second, yeah. So this is it. So these are few points that I think is very essential for anyone, not just anyone who wants to start a startup, but anyone who is in business or is an entrepreneur or wants to start something. So these are the mindsets you have to develop if you want to succeed or start any entrepreneur journey. Now, this in quick uh, topic or activity I want to start, right? Which is the elevator pitch. Okay. Anyone knows what's an elevator pitch is or has some elevator pitch? Anyone from JCom here?
Elevator pitch in a introducing your own business.
Introducing your own business, right? But I would add that introducing your own
Advertisement.
business.
Doing advertisement.
Yeah, I would just
It's
add that.
about
Yeah, please.
it is all about a brief of what you do as a business. When you go and to the investors.
Okay. So it's about briefing your business. It's about introducing your business, right? But that is a pitch. Okay, you're pitching your idea, you're pitching your business. But then elevator pitch is doing the exactly same thing in a very short and effective time. Let's say 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Right. So yeah,
Use the 30-second as effective as possible so that
exactly.
everybody remembers it exactly what when they think about the product, they have to think about us.
Exactly. So many like right now, few minutes ago, I asked you about your business, right? So you might have said, I'm doing this. Yeah, I have so and so business and all. So I might forget that doing that way. So elevator pitches, you can introduce your business in an effective way, which is pre-planned, right? So, and that is more mesmerizing to the person and will be more effective, when they hear that, and it should cover all the basic points. So a quick pointers that how can you develop that pitch? So we'll take any example. Anyone who has an elevator pitch ready for that? Anyone from JCOM here? Yeah, because JCOM has those sessions. Okay, Pratima ma'am is from JCOM. So ma'am, would you like to share your elevator pitch?
Like I don't make it exactly like that, but when I was in the C2C, there was an management person who was there in that C2C. It was just a 30-second presentation. She just with loud music she danced. So whenever you think of an event management of entertaining the public, you will think of that girl. So that is an event pitch, I think.
Okay, got it, got it. So I'll also just give you guys a quick example. Let's say we'll take just anyone who wanna tell me any of the business, or I'll take example of my own. Okay, so let's say you have an boutique, a premium boutique for women. Right. So there are two ways to introduce that to anyone. Okay. So we have just few seconds to interact. Okay. Small talks. So I'm just meeting you quickly. We have few seconds to interact. So within that few interacts, you have to make that impression that I might be a potential customer for you. And with your introduction, you can convert me effectively. You might meet hundreds of people every week. Right. So you have to see that every person can be a potential customer or has someone as a reference of them, which can be your customer. So let's say if I'm premium fashion boutique for women. So one way I can just tell you, okay, yeah, I have a fashion boot. I have a custom design boot, designer clothes for women here, so and places, right? So another way which I can say that uh, I help you get that perfect. I help women get that perfect fit which they're looking for any occasion they want. And I have a shop here, so and so, and with all the details. Right. So what will contain a more no more long-lasting impression on the other person? Just introducing yourself, telling them what they solve and from whom it is available for. Right? So you just have to take few key pointers in mind. Okay? Number one, you should don't say what you do. You should always say what problem you solve. Because for anyone, they don't care what you do or anyone do. They just care how you can help me. It's basic human nature. Right? If you're just telling me I do this, I do that, they're not going to give that much attention. But if you're going to tell them, how am I helping you? They are gonna remember that for better duration, right? The attentiveness would be a lot better. So you should always introduce your business on what the problem you solve, okay? And for whom it is, okay? Because I'm not a woman, but my mother is, so I can refer my mother or my sister, anyone, okay? For whom it is, and with all the basic information. So you should have an elevator pitch ready with you, right? As I said about that opportunity point as well. You have to search for opportunities. Maybe you are randomly met investor anywhere. If you are okay, at a coffee shop, and you have just quickly seconds to tell them what they do. And let's say you have an elevator pitch ready. So you can do that effectively, which will increase the chance of having a future conversation about that or anything. Right? There are many startups, do you guys know Kunal Shah, right? Founder of Cred. So he's one of the biggest investor in India, Indian investor in India. So he funds these kind of startups randomly, which he seems good a lot. Some of my associates has also done that. He just gives the funding through emails or just conversations as well if he finds that good enough. But to do that, to grab those kind of those small opportunities as well, you have to effectively introduce your business, your startup to the other person, which I'm sure you guys especially in JCI or in similar organizations, you have to do that a lot, right? So this is an elevator pitch. Now I would just like uh, for you to try it out. If you, yeah, it would be wonderful if you can try that out and put your elevator pitch in the chat right now. And I'll also help you develop that. Yeah, please, Harish has raised his hand.
Yes, shall I try?
Yeah, please, please.
Yes, thank you so much. So, as you all know that, it is assumed that you are all entrepreneurs, and you'll be facing so many problems related to startups. And since I hope you all are filing your income tax return and GST returns on time. So, if you have received any income tax or a GST notice, you can contact Auditor Mohan Harish Associates, Madurai. And if you want any financial training as a national trainer, I can guide you. And once again, signing off on behalf of Auditor Mohan Harish Associates. Thank you so much.
Okay, very wonderful, sir. You seem very experienced in this, and I think it's a very good, perfect example of how you should introduce your business, right? You started with the problem that you are facing or anyone is facing, and how you can solve that, along with the other key details of his business, right? So yes, sir, very very wonderful. Uh, Anyone else who wants to try? Quickly, just introduce your business as effectively as you can in 30 seconds. Okay, so we'll take that example for now. And yeah, let's move on with the next topic. So as we discussed, that what is startup and how you can build an entrepreneur mindset, right? But now I'm gonna tell you the exact steps that no matter who is starting anywhere in the world, okay, if from an young entrepreneur in any village in India to Elon Musk to Bill Gates, follow these same steps to build anything, right? So as I have mentioned before as well, the number one step is problem identification. To start anything, you must solve a problem which is valid in the society. So I have covered this, that the first step is problem identification. Now the question comes, what is the second step, right? So after you have identified a problem, right, you have to validate that idea in in your target customer. Many of times what happen, we assume a problem in our head, okay, and we also assume an idea. Maybe that problem doesn't really exist in the world, or it is not big enough for to be a successful startup, right? So it is very important if you that you validate that idea with actual audience, actual customers from which you are building for. So there are few tricks and a few ways you can validate your idea. Okay, you can take surveys, right? Surveys of your target customers. What do they think about that problem? Do they really face that problem, right? And how big the problem is? If uh, if the problem, maybe the problem is real, but it's not big enough, right? The market size, you might have heard that the market size is very small, right? So you have to validate that. You can do the surveys. You can actually go to your target customer and talk to them face to face, right? Asking them what kind of problems they face, if what you are thinking is true, or do they face other problems similar to that which you can take on your notes, right? So the second thing is the idea you have developed for that problem. You have to validate that before an actual audience, and that should be your target audience, right? So if I am building something for, let's say, uh, uh, entrepreneurs between the age of 18 to 30, okay, and for you. So I should the surveys or the validation I should take, it should be from my target customers. So that is the second step. After that, team building. It's a very essential. Okay. Let's say you cannot build anything worthwhile alone. Right? Maybe you can start alone. Yeah, that is totally all right. But for you to grow, you to expand, you need a team. Okay. Maybe you need a co-founder. Okay. Maybe you need few co-founders. Maybe you need someone, a software developer on your team. Maybe anything you require to start to execute as soon as possible. So the first one is problem identification. After that, you have to validate that idea that is solving that problem. After that, you have to develop a team. Okay? Maybe a very small team in starting. After that, MVP. Anyone knows what's the full form? What do you mean by MVP? Anyone care to tell me? Yeah? Most valuable player? No? So the MVP here is minimum viable product, right? So as the term defined itself, okay, you should launch as soon as possible with a viable product, which should be as minimalistic and use as minimum resource as possible. Okay. Uh, Most of people doing startup tend to delay their venture, by making something that is perfect. I'm double quoting marks. They are delaying their startup, they're delaying their execution, the launch to build something that is perfect, right? But which can never be possible without launching it. Yeah, as in the case of Zomato, they first launched it with the menu listing app, and after that they evolved to something more after they found other problems and the, mm, find some the solutions to solve that. Right. So it is very important that you after team building, you should build a minimum viable product that you can launch as soon as possible. So yeah, after that, launch and iterate. So after build a product, as I mentioned earlier, you have to launch immediately or whenever you can, and after that you will take feedbacks. Like you will take data analysis and all the other key metrics that is required for you to iterate that. So it is not something that you launch a startup or something only once. You have to launch that multiple times, right? First, you have to launch your MVP. Then you will take data, you will take feedbacks from your customers. You will relaunch it again and do it again and again. Maybe you are adding some kind of feature which would be very beneficial. So you will launch that. So it is very important that you launch as early as possible to take real life feedbacks and iterate, and make it better as you go on by taking actual feedbacks. So the number five step is launching and iterating that. After that, scale and grow. Okay. After you have validated your idea, after you have launched your idea, you are making it better and better every day. Okay. After that, what's left is to scale it and grow as large as you can. So startup is not usually not something that is for the uh, that is for very limited scale. A startup is that is done with a mindset that can be very scalable. Maybe for a niche, I'm not saying that you should have millions of customers or any startup, but whatever niche, whatever uh, customer segment you are targeting, it should be scaled. You should focus on scaling on that and growing your venture. So these are the steps, right? These are the steps that is working and that everyone follows no matter what they do. And whatever venture not just startup, if you're doing any kind of business or any kind of enterprise entrepreneur thing, okay, these steps will apply to you. So after that, uh, what I feel is a biggest hurdle is I have an idea, I want to start something, I want to build my MVP, but I don't have the funds for it, right? So now what I'm gonna tell you, what are your options, what are your ways that you can take that funding for your startup? So number one, as you can see, is family and friends. Obviously, they are there for you. For family and true friends are there for you whenever you need them, and you can ask them. You can ask your family for any monetary support for that startup. Okay? You can ask your friends and all those uh, loved ones close to you, and I'm sure they will also be happy. Maybe not, but yeah, they can help you. After that, have you heard the term angel investors? I also recently mentioned it in recent story I shared. Anyone who heard the term angel investor? Right now I mentioned, yeah, Kunal Shah, right? So angel investors are individual people who will fund you or who fund startup as an individual, right? So if I, JC Paras Agrawal, am funding a startup individually, then I am an angel investor. Yeah, it's called angel investor because for any startup, if they receive a funding from anyone, they are the kind of an angel to them. Yeah, so that is the official term for them. If you're watching Shark Tank, all of these sharks, Anubhav Mittal, Aman Agrawal, they are all angel investors that they actively invest in startups as an individual, as a personal portfolio for them. So there are many angel investors you can contact. I'm sure many of the angel investors are available in your city as well, in city level, in your personal contacts, or you can mail them. You can ask bigger angel investors in India, like the names I shared. And what they do is they are also looking for startups that they find worth it to invest in, and many of they do, and it's a very effective way for early startup to get fundings, right? After that, there are venture capitalists. Yeah, have you guys heard of this? Venture capitalist VCs. If you are in the entrepreneur journey, it's also very, cool term. Oh, venture capitalist. So a venture capitalist one, right? So an angel is someone who do it individually, right? But a venture capitalist do it as a firm. Yeah, as an organization, they invest in startups. So what they do is they collect these kind of angel investors in multiple numbers, right? They secured funding from those, and after that they find startups to organize in, and they also help them grow. Except they also help them grow whatever startup they're investing. Okay, so there are many in India and many in global level. Uh, there are the, and VC called accelerator called Y Combinator, right? So every year it has two batches. There are more than 20-30,000 startups apply, and the funding rate is 1% of Y Combinator. But if you have secured funding in Y Combinator, right, or any big VCs, bigger name species. Okay, it's very easy for you to build a good reputation in the funding environment, right? In the funding world. So they see what kind of other VCs of big angels have invested in you, and that makes it very easy for you to convince others to fund you. So VCs are good for that, but yeah, it's a little harder option, but the funds they give is a very much higher value, higher amount, and uh, they will help you along all the steps which I just told you about how you can start. Right? They will help you in idea validation. They will help you in growing a business. They will help you in building a MVP. And there are all kind of VCs. No matter where you are taking funding as an idea, you can also take funding as an idea, which is called seed round, right? SEED, seed round. Yeah, you for any plant to grow, you first grow a seed, Yeah. So, and they are obviously they give funds to startups that are already there in the market and have good transactions and interactions, right? So after that, there are government grants. As Harish ji also told us, there are many government grants for startups nowadays. The government of India is encouraging today's youngsters, today youth, anyone who wants to pursue that, to pursue their startups, to develop jobs for others. So there are many government grants for every industries, and if you don't have any idea, what I would suggest is find someone who works in similar sector and which can help you receive these grants and tell you about these grants. Or you can always use Google, and all the information are available in Google. And the sites like MSME and all those things. There's Startup India. You can register there, and you can find those government grants information there. And all these Startup India and all will help you a lot, and it's absolutely free, which is a government based methods, right? So yeah, these are the few uh, popular funding rounds, but there are also some others, which I've not mentioned. That is, I would want to mention right now, which are incubators and accelerators, right? So incubators are the one, okay, uh, that incubates young startups as their own. So they take some kind of equity and they treat their startup as their own child and help them grow from base level. And accelerators are the one who will motivate you and who will help you to accelerate that startup as fast as possible to explode for the exponential growth. So these are also some kind of ways you can secure funding according to your needs and your startup needs. So yeah, this covers the funding part. Now I'm sure यहाँ बहुत सारे I'm sure many of you are not looking to start something new right away, but you have businesses, you have family businesses, right? So how this entrepreneur mindset will help you in your current business or in your family business or in any venture you are currently engaged in. Okay? Because let's be honest, not everyone wants to do some innovative startup, okay? Or not everyone can do as well, which is not suitable for everyone. Okay? So the methods which we recently learned about that entrepreneur mindset. So first one is that traditional businesses, as the term defined, uh, uh, are usually very confined in their traditional ways, right? So by developing an entrepreneur mindset, you can think of growth beyond their traditions. Yeah. If you are having a business, if you're having a clothes shop, okay, let's do everything manually. Having that mindset, how you can automate it, how you can grow it more, how you can develop, open multiple franchises of it, the growth mindset which I just talked about. So entrepreneur mindset, in your business will definitely help you growing beyond your traditional beliefs. Yeah. The second point, as you can see, is innovation and modernization. So every business, every category, I believe there is an innovation that is waiting for that category, which will disrupt the industry, no matter the industry. There are being innovations done every day, but still the scope of innovations is so much more than we can think of. Right? So you have to always search for innovating and how you can modernize your business. Because in today's world, if you are only focusing on traditional ways of businesses, doing your businesses, right? After the introducing of UPI, if you are sticking to cash, okay, and not modernizing and capitalizing the technology that is coming before you, I'm sure that your business will not be as successful without as successful with UPI than it should be without. So you have to be more modernizing your business. You have to be in innovating new ideas, new uh, tricks and ways you can grow a business, and that can be done if you have that entrepreneur mindset in you. After that, usually in India, most of the businesses are very scattered. They don't have particularly systems or professionalisms, which this mindset can help you to be more professional, right? So if someone has, let's say example of a pan shop, okay, which is very unprofessional usually and not systematic. But even in my city, or I've seen in other places as well, there are pan, kind of an very luxurious showrooms and all, pan shops which have multiple franchises. So what they did, they take an traditional business and make it in very systematic and professional place. So that is being possible because of the entrepreneur mindset, right? And obviously, it helps you with balanced risk taking. Okay, so no matter if you're doing traditional business or startup, there are risk involved, right? So it will help you manage risk better of judging what is good for you, what is bad. You might do SWOT analysis. Anyone know about SWOT analysis here? SWOT analysis, knowing your weaknesses, strength, opportunities, and listing them out in a piece of paper and then judging what you should do. So these all are in a part of your entrepreneur mindset. After that, next point is succession and continuity. So many of the business in India also passed on from generations, right? So building this mindset helps you to continue that continuity. है ना? So you may pass your business to your successor, right? So it's very important for that as well, because if you don't think about your future, about that future, it may not come to you at the right time. That you should be, how you can continue it for a very long time, continue your business. After that, value creation, as we also discussed, you will find opportunities, find ways to create more and more values that you can monetize from your customers or may expand your customer base. And the last one is working and collaboration. So as a startup, collaborations are very important because networking is wise, right? So collaborations and networking is very important. As I said in the that you should introduce your business effectively, network effectively, and collaborating with someone. You might have heard, one and one makes 11. And you might not have a lot of resources and funds as a young startup, but if you are collaborating with someone, you both can capitalize on each other resources a lot better, and it's a very good way to grow, right? So you will always look for how to network, you look for potential customers, potential people they can help you, and potential collaborations you can do in your venture, which will benefit all of the parties involved. So these are the few ways, uh, mm, how this is why how an entrepreneur mindset can also help you not only doing a startup, but in any venture, in any your family business, your own business, anything you're starting, and anything you want to start. So it's a very important and a key to have in that mindset that will help you in your business, right? So now we talked about how to start how to start a startup, okay, how to secure funding, how to validate, why to validate that, and all those things. But I also want to discuss the downsides of doing startup, right? The potential risk, and what are the challenges for the startup? According to study, the number one challenge that any startup use is uh, the mindset of partners. The what's it come? The fighting between partners, co-founders, maybe from investors and all. So it's a number one issue that startups fail, that the co-founders are not in a similar mindset and they stop working together midway. And there are n numbers of reasons, obviously. Maybe, as I mentioned those problems earlier, maybe the problem you're thinking is not that big. Maybe your idea is not validated. The solution you have designed for the problem might be not good enough for the people to pay you, right? So, uh, uh, after that, the major challenge for startup is the funding part, because if you are developing something that you want to do it in scale, you'll need a lot of investors, a lot of money. Yeah, you might even have to burn money in starting to build something that will make you money in future, right? So these are few of the challenges that I feel you should consider if you're doing any startup. And after that, concluding today's event, excuse me, concluding today's event, I will just mention that uh, and entrepreneurship is not just someone who is doing entrepreneur, not someone who is just doing a venture or starting something. Okay, it's an ever-going process, no matter what you do, everlasting process, no matter what you do, no matter if or even you are into some kind of job, right? But you are thinking of starting something with it, right? So, and entrepreneur mindset is something everyone should have everyone should develop, and which will definitely help you all for any venture, anything you want to start, and anything you want to grow in your life. Now, after that, the quick session. If you have any questions regarding the training session or any topic, I would be very happy to answer those. Anyone with any question, any doubts regarding or anything they want to add or share? No? No one? Okay, so I think I explained it very even better than I hoped then. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. That was session, and thank you all for attending this. And I hope you all got few takeaways that will help you in your entrepreneur journey. And I'm also available after the session if anyone want to ask anything about this topic. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. The session was really awesome. Thanks for the insights. The floor is now open for feedbacks.
Yes, myself, Alika Mohan Harish. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful session, and more importantly, when myself and the today's trainer, when we first had a conversation through WhatsApp, and there were a list of topics he was about to say, but which impressed me and everyone is that entrepreneurship. And when we had a conversation, and after reading his profile, I came to know that he is also running and rice industry, and he has been in Bangalore. I think last year, a couple of years back.
Yeah.
Yes, a couple of years back regarding startup. So I thought that okay, it will be easy and important for all the entrepreneurs, so that we have selected this entrepreneurship topic, and rightly said by our today's trainer, since he's also a rice merchant as an industry. All the experiences what he has grabbed during in his practical, he has put forward with a great expertise, and it was a wonderful session, and we hope even after your ZEWS topics, monthly once, you can come and take your to a session like this way regarding entrepreneurship, so that all your experiences will be shared to all the audiences. And by that, as you rightly said, that network is a and net worth. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, would love to, sir. Would love to do that.
yes, of course. So it will be helpful for each and everyone. And I hope after completing your assignments and even after the number of hours as per the JC India, we want to see you as a national trainer. So all the best, bro. Congratulations.
Definitely, sir. Hoping and moving forward towards that direction as well. And would love to do a few trainings more for the Delta training community. And yes, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, bro. Excellent. Okay. Any one of you you can say your feedback, valuable feedback. So as for trainer, a feedback is needed, and by that he'll be encouraging by way of appreciation or any corrections he wants to do it, and definitely this feedback will definitely helpful for the trainers. Okay, thank you so much. We're going to, on behalf of the president, going to next part of agenda, and as a trainer, you're coming for the first time, and how do you feel about your session as well as on behalf of Delta Entrepreneurs? Over to you. Over to you.
An amazing experience, sir. This is my first virtual training which I've given, right? So I hope I did well. And I just that you guys mentioned that this was 1,697 training in a row, right? Which is a very big, very big mm, achievement of you guys that you have done. Because not something to continue this well, this something for so long. So a huge round of applause to you guys as well. And obviously, thanks for giving me the stage and the platform to share my thoughts and might help someone who has connected this session. It's an amazing experience, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, bro. And we have a very good team members, so that I'm so happy that all the new provisional zone trainers across JC India are using this platform for developing an entrepreneurship, as well as by using the latest technology as for a trainer. That is must. Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Moving to this part of agenda. Yes, once again, on behalf of chairman, we would like to recognize all the provisional and zone trainers, national trainers, and all the JCI members across JCI India. And moving to next part of agenda. Yes, on behalf of chairman, I would like to thank today's trainer. Excellent training by our brother. And second one is, on behalf, we like to thank today's chief guest, a provisional national trainer, and across every JCI India, and everyone has been gathered. I would like to thank all the participants who have come across and waiting patiently and listening today's trainers on the excellent topic regarding entrepreneurship. And we like to continue the same. And on behalf of JC Salem Steel Blossom, we like to thank each and everyone for a wonderful presence and patient hearing. And more importantly, today is in 1967th online training program, hereby adjourned. And more importantly, tomorrow is in 1968th program, and I will be the trainer regarding the latest amendments regarding GST 2.0. So it will be useful for all the entrepreneurs and I will share the flyers. So you can do join the same links, and this link will be a permanent link from the day one. So you can join and you can share to all your friends, so that if you have any clarification regarding the latest amendments which comes across after September 22 onwards, so I will be sharing tomorrow. So make use of a great opportunity.
For sure, it would definitely be useful for me as well. We'll definitely try to join tomorrow's training.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And
Thank
Jai
you, sir.
JC,
Thank you.
and good night. See you tomorrow exactly by 8:30 p.m.
For sure, sir. For sure. Thank you once again.
Thank you all. Good night. And meeting is adjourned. And with all your permission, we are going to end the meeting. Today's meeting,
Sure.
1956 online training program. Thank you so much. Good night to all.
Thank you.